I've been meaning to do a video for a little while. We're here at Making Communities Work and Grow at their office, which they've donated to the Morocco Street Football Association to use to coordinate getting Morocco to Homeless World Cup, to participate in Homeless World Cup for the first time in its history. And Homeless World Cup has been going on for 10 years. The time now is, let's see, what time is it? It's our little work base. The time now is 7:16 p.m. on Tuesday, and need to be at the airport for a flight that's departing at 10. This is what's been going on. We've got a number of names and IDs here, passports, that are complete with expiry dates and whatnot, but we can only afford to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's another name on there. So after all the budgets that are done, we can only afford to take 5 people, and those are who we would do in order of one coach, the most senior person at the charity, then the players in age order, okay, and trying to be fair with the gender. But in terms of the number of women that have their complete IDs, there's only one. She's in here, and then the rest are boys and men. So that's all we can take. The next point is that we've got complete ID, passport numbers and whatnot, but they don't have their expiry date. Something between the intermediaries that we were previously, that we've now sort of have been cut themselves out. Some confusion has meant that they haven't provided the correct expiry dates on the passports. So that means these guys have got everything. We've got 3 girls in this group that would have made up the 4 required to enter a women's team, a women's team. So 1, 2, 3 plus the girl that definitely does have an ID. That would have been ideal. A team of 4 girls and a team of 4 boys, and Morocco gets to enter the men's and women's tournament, as it were. And these guys over here, the scenario here is that they have completed IDs, but in terms of the order of priority of who goes, there's 1 player and then there's 3 coaches. Coaches are surplus, so 1 coach goes. And this young chap here, unfortunately, he's the youngest of the crew, so he'll have more opportunities and more support from the Street Child charity. So they support children from early ages, as young as 4, which is pretty tragic, all the way up to the sort of mid-teens. So these guys in their early 20s and high teens would be falling off the edge of support. So something like this will re-energize them, give them that extra boost, and away they go. And the young ones can then be prioritized for, or the younger ones can be prioritized for next year's Homeless World Cup in Poland. So what does all this mean? The scenario is this: Homeless World Cup have been extremely patient. We had to supply all of this probably 2.5 weeks ago in order to get all of the names that we knew we could afford to take, which has been shifting depending on what money and what flight prices or flight prices we can get. So the cheaper the flight prices, the more bums on seats we can actually get working. So I'll just try and turn this around. How do I do that? I don't even know how you do it. Not sure. Okay, well, sorry. There you go. Okay, you have to deal with me. So, situation is we had to provide all the IDs in order for Homeless World Cup to enter all the passport details on a database. They got an agreement with the consulates or the embassies to fast track the visa scenarios. So they needed to get that done. Then they send a special letter to us that we then use, go to the embassy, everyone has to do their fingerprints, and then we can get on the plane together and fly off. What's actually happened is, due to some politics and stupid stuff that tends to happen, unfortunately, we've had an intermediary that's fallen out, and that's impacted on the charity where we're bringing children from, or providing the opportunity to these young people from, to not be sure about what was going on. So myself and Ahmed, who is at MCWG here, this centre, and probably an incoming board member with the Morocco Street Football Association, are flying tonight. So I haven't packed, I haven't done anything, been in the consulate all day long trying to sort out IDs for other people as well. And we're flying out tonight. We're going to be arriving in Tangiers midnight, which means we'll well, crash over, and then first thing in the morning we've got a meeting with these guys, or the leaders of these guys, the charity leaders, so that we'll have the IDs in hand and know exactly who can and who can't go. We were given a deadline, as in the deadline, as today to provide IDs. So obviously with this uncertainty, we wouldn't have been able to do it. So we appealed to them, we explained that in a matter of hours, let's say, if it's 7 o'clock, maybe 60, 70, 18 hours, in 18 hours time, we'll have all the IDs, we'll be in Morocco, we'll be with the charity group, we can provide it to you. They've been brilliant. Zakia at the Homeless World Cup, if you ever watch this, thank you. I can't thank you enough. So tomorrow we'll be able to provide the final lot. In the meantime, there's a lot going on in the background to try and get funding, to try and get any extra money into the charity account, because from there we can just book. So the more money we can get for flights, and flights, just the flights alone, about £800, £900 a head. So if anyone out there can actually help with £800 or £900, or even a contribution towards it, go to our Facebook page. There's a supporter wall there. You can click on any square you like and change the amount that you donate. And you know, you can put your logo there, your face, a link, an email, so that we know who you are. Or we can put you in touch with the MCWG charity here, and we'll provide you with whatever bank accounts and whatnot. Our telephone number, get ready, 24 hours, 0845 052 7733. That's available 24 hours, and that's the Morocco Street Football Association. We don't have a website, we're just forming at the moment, so we're the coordinators, as it were, informal coordinators, but the charity is making communities work and grow, MCWG. So that's it. Anybody that can help us with flight costs, we'll get more of these people on the planes and less of them that, you know, to be disappointed or look forward to next year. And yeah, see you on the other side. We'll be in Mexico fairly shortly, and we'll take everybody on Thursday. By coach is about 5 or 6 hours apparently, so we'll have to leave at a stupid time on Wednesday with all the players, or whatever players we can get, to get to Rabat. Arrive at Rabat probably about 9:30. Go to the embassy and camp there until we can get everybody's visas done. Once we've got the visas done, then we're free. If there's a delay, admin, whatever, then we've got to continue to see that, you know, into Friday, because our flights are booked from Friday afternoon out of Casablanca. So we'd have to get on a train from Rabat to Casablanca if we're going straight away and crashing there. But there's also some people that we've met along the way that have been brilliant, that have offered to let us crash at their places and things like that. So we've got, it all saves on the budget for hotels and bits and pieces. So it's a mission. We only found out from the Homeless World Cup, just as an aside, that that they would allow us to take teams there. We really hoped we could take a men's and a women's team. That was the dream. We've contacted so many people. You know, it's the time scale for a lot of people is really short notice. But from a cold start on the 10th of September, finding a charity partner on, well, I say partner, but not really partner, but yeah, a charity that we could access and give the opportunity to homeless people for, took about 3 days. And yesterday, I think our total tally, and yesterday was the 1st of October, we had 13,275, something like that, to put towards flights and whatnot. Fortunately, over these weeks, we've had a lot of fear and paranoia from airlines, like Iberia in particular, thinking that we're approaching them for freebies, when really we just wanted the best price. But we've ended up having to book flights online, with the help of some coordinators, you know, doing some searches, trying to get the cheapest things. But you know, it's part of the timescale. Next year, I think we'll do well. We recently had a meeting with a very influential gentleman called Dr. Ali Bahajoub, who's the chief editor of the North and South International Affairs magazine and vice chairman of the British Moroccan Society. And you know, subject to us meeting or ticking the boxes in terms of being a proper organisation, getting formed and everything else, he said that, you know, he's going to support us. So there's some beautiful things that could happen in the future, and getting to Mexico, getting to this first Homeless World Cup and putting it on the map for the first time in 10 years was what the dream was all about. Fortunately, we're not going to have unless there's a miracle, we're not going to have everybody that we needed on board. But there you go. You know, there's only so much we can do. We've had people like these guys, Energy Armour, in the UK, offer a few products and things to take to the children, and we're potentially going to do a retail deal with them. And there's another organisation called M&M Management, and they've got these little friendship bracelets. Not this little yellow plastic one, that one there, with the red and green. So, you know, for £2.99, £2 comes to the charity, or to the charity when it's set up, obviously, and that money will help towards the project. And the little Scooby-Doo, if you're interested, was 2 Moroccan lovely children that gave this to me back in June, and I haven't taken it off. Well, I can't take it off really. That's it. So I'm now sitting in an office because we've got people on their way here. I haven't even packed, and got to be in the airport in an hour, something like that. But that's it. We're doing it. We're doing our very best. We're not giving up. We're pushing till the absolute end and beyond, beyond deadlines, as Zakia will know. And that's it. We thank the Chief Executive Craig. I'm sorry, I can't remember your surname right now. Been dealing with our chairwoman for the opportunity to come to the Homeless World Cup. And thank you to absolutely everyone that's been involved and that's been of help and really put their heart and soul behind it. You know, Iranchi, the chair. You've got Ahmed, who's incoming treasurer. Lately, we've got Fatima, who hopefully will be joining our board as well. Be joining us in Mexico. Special mention to Mina as well for your help. You know who you are. You've been amazing. And Reda as well. Reda Khaladi, who spent a lot of time, a lot of heart and effort, and a lot of mediation through some really difficult times in terms of communication with the charity at the other end. So a lot of people to thank, everyone that attended the Blueberry Quiz Night, loads of stuff. I'm not doing a film award, so I'm going to cut this off. I've got work to do, and I'm sure you're bored by now. All right, take care. Bye-bye. See you in Mexico. And how do you do it?